Guys, what's going on? What's up, Domination Crew? I'm Rico, and today we're going to be talking about Shopify, why it's dying, why you're going to lose a whole lot of money with your dropshipping store, and how you can avoid this fate. Alright guys, we're going to talk about why Shopify is dying, why it's going the way of the dinosaur, why you are about to lose a whole lot of money if you continue on this trend. So guys, as most of you know, me and Dan, we were on the Shopify train about 2-3 years ago, and back in those days, you could literally throw up anything. You could go to AliExpress, get some junk parts, some junk products, throw up, some terrible website that didn't have a logo, didn't really have a header, you didn't have to have an autoresponder, you didn't have to really run good ads, like you literally could just run like a carousel ad and boom, you would get sales. And over the last 3 years or so, with the explosion of the Shopify niche, I guess, in e-commerce, that's died down. Like that's no longer how it works. Guys, that's just not it. Like, I understand that you guys are watching a ton of YouTube videos and all these people are posting up fake results and all this stuff, making it seem like you can do $100,000 your first month on Shopify. But that's not going to happen. And I'm going to tell you why it's not going to happen. So if you look at the statistics, over 90% of most Shopify stores are closed down within the first 90 days. If I was a betting man, which I'm not going to bet on that. The barrier to entry is extremely low. It doesn't really take a lot of money to start a dropshipping store. So you're going to be competing with people who are looking for that get-rich-quick opportunity, who are looking to just make money as fast as humanly possible because they got bills to pay, they got daycare to pay, they have all these things. So you are now competing with people that don't know marketing, that don't really know Facebook ads, that don't know how to, that don't really know how to run an e-commerce business. And it's souring the experience for a lot of people because guess what? People on Facebook are getting tired of seeing these trash ads for products that they don't want. So it's very difficult for people to trust that. As a buyer and as a seller, as an e-commerce seller, I look at what people are doing and I see the trends. I'm like, yo, this is done. This is why we no longer mess with Shopify at all. Like we shut our store down. We made our money. We're happy with it, but we're done. Like we're not on that train anymore. Like you'll never. Well, I can't say never, but you more than likely won't see us back on the Shopify platform for quite some time. Just because it's just not there. Like the money just isn't there like it used to be for what we want to do. So with that being said, if you guys are still stuck on that whole, realistically you're stuck on stupid. Not even gonna lie, like you're stuck on stupid. If you think that you're gonna be like the 1 in a million case, like you're not Kylie Jenner, you're not Logan Paul, like you don't have a big enough brand to do that, and that's going to segue into what we're going to be talking about today. Like you guys need to have a brand. Like if you're going to do Shopify, you need to have an established brand. No, I'm not talking about creating an Instagram page with your logo and then starting the brand like that. Like, oh, I started a brand and I'm going to start a Shopify store, or you started your Shopify store and then try to start a brand page. Like you guys should have already have started your brand. Like if you follow the story of Randall Pitch, with Live Fit, like he had already established a brand. It was basically word of mouth when he was a personal trainer, and he was able to parlay that into what it is today. You guys are not Randall Pitch. I'm not Randall Pitch. I'm just not, so you can't just be like, all right, I'm going to start a Shopify store. That looks terrible, by the way. Most of the Shopify stores that we review they just look terrible. Like, just let's get that out there first and foremost. And then you guys don't necessarily have a brand behind the said Shopify store. You're like, oh, I'm just going to create an Instagram page and not have a brand. Like, that's not necessarily a brand. It's just a logo and a collection of pictures. Like, a brand is something like Nike. And yes, it started something similar, but over time, like, it has to build. People have to want to interact with it. People have to want to engage with it. It has to make people feel some type of way. Like, a lot of people are just throwing up dropshipping stores and not really trying to build a brand, something that they could eventually private label and create their own. No one really looks at that. They don't look at the long term. They just look at the immediate, future, and are like, dropshipping store, sell, make some money. That's the reason why Dan DeSilva is so successful at what he's doing. Like, look at Vivere. Vivere is a private labeled teeth whitening system. He's not the first person to do it, but he's doing it very well. He realized that, hey, you can't just drop ship forever. Yeah, it may help you make some money in the beginning, but the barrier to entry is very low, and the competition is fierce at that level. So you're the people that want to get in or at this level of entrepreneurship, you're trying to be up here. Well, to get up here, you have to do things that these people down here aren't willing to do. But because this is so easy, you don't want to necessarily do it. You're like, oh, I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to run some ads to some products. I'm going to make some money. And that's just not how it works. Like, the levels of entrepreneurship progressively get more difficult. And that's where we were at. We started our private label brand after we started dropshipping because we're like, all right, we're moving into the next phase of things. And even that, like, the margins aren't near as good as our Amazon business. That's another thing. Like, drop shipping, if you're going to be drop shipping, we highly recommend Amazon. Like eBay, you can drop ship on, but the competition is fierce. Your profit margins are going to be very, very slim because a lot of people are in there doing it. A lot of people are sniping on eBay. It's, you have to have a buttload of listings. I mean, hundreds, thousands of listings to really make it worth your time. But with Amazon drop shipping, for the foreseeable future, at least for the foreseeable future, it is going to be the platform to dropship on. I'm not talking about dropshipping, crappy products from AliExpress or anything. Well, I'm talking about private label dropshipping. And for the people that follow us, that's what me and Dan preach. It's private label dropshipping, and that's having your own brand and dropshipping it on Amazon. And the cost is way, way lower than Amazon FBA. So when people think of selling on Amazon, they automatically assume Amazon FBA. And that's not always the case. Like, you can sell other ways besides Amazon FBA. No one really talks about it. No one really wants to put in that effort. So for 1 to 2 hours a day, you could build a 6-figure brand just like we did. Guys, like, it's a no-brainer. You're probably not going to do that on Shopify because you have to pay for your ads and all this stuff. With Amazon, it's absolutely free traffic. You list your products, boom, you make money. You test what works. You're like, all right, I'm selling, so many of these products per week. I'm doing really well. I'm doing $15,000 a month with these products, blah, blah, blah. All right, I'm going to private label them. Well, not private, but I'm going to send these in FBA because you're already private labeled at this point. I'm going to send these in FBA so I can get double the sales. And in some cases, it's triple the sales because now you have prime shipping as opposed to waiting, 2 weeks for your products to get there. Guys, people will wait 2 weeks for your products to get there. Amazon is all about prime shipping, but if you have good products, people will wait. Our customers have no problem waiting. They don't care that they have to wait 2 weeks because we provide value and we give them something that they really, really want. You guys are just trying to sell, whatever the next person's trying to sell. Oh, I'm going to sell some leggings. Like, that's not necessarily what people want. That's what you want to sell because that's what you're interested in. It's not always what you're interested in. Like, you should be interested in the niche, sure, but it should be what is actually selling, what people actually want within that niche. So you need to find something that you're good at, that you know a lot about, but you need to sell what people are wanting to buy. And unfortunately, with Shopify, that's not the way it's working right now. People are trying to mimic, other ads that they see, other crappy ads. And a lot of those ads are absolute trash. So they're trying to mimic ads that aren't necessarily working and sell more trash. Guys, it's just not the way it works. And unfortunately, I feel terrible, telling you guys that, but Shopify is definitely dying, at least in the capacity that it's done. Not Shopify as a platform, Shopify drop shipping from places like AliExpress and stuff like that. And it's almost heartbreaking because it's something that, we put a lot of time into. But as more and more people have started talking about it through social media, it's just kind of went by the wayside. And a lot of people are getting their feelings hurt by gurus who are obviously, more popular than we are. And they're like, oh, you guys can do this and you can make all this money. And yes, you can make all this money. But unfortunately, the average person isn't because they don't know all the skills necessary to do that. Like, a lot of people are starting off, with their last little bit of money, their last $300-400, and they're like, all right, I'm gonna make it big. And you're going to spend that $300-400, building a store, probably paying someone to make it look nice, all the apps that you're going to be using, and running ads. $5 a day ads for all the products that you have listed. If you only have like 2 products listed, that could be a problem. You don't really have anything to kind of, test out with. You only have those handful of products. That's not smart. But, if you're doing 10, 20, 30 products, like, that's $5 a day for each one. So let's say you got 30 products, $5 a day, that's $150 a day. Within 2 days, you're out of money. So if you don't, and that's if you don't find a winner in those 2 days, and typically you're not going to find a winner in 2 days because Facebook takes a good 24 hours, if not longer, to optimize for your ads and get them to the right people and get you the data that you need. So guys, like it sucks. Like at this stage, Amazon dropshipping is the way to go. Like you could believe us or not believe us, but you know, we make money regardless of whether you believe us or not. And our students make money regardless of whether you believe us or not. You know, how many other people can say that? Like you guys can go watch all the YouTube videos you want and feel all, you know, warm and fuzzy about starting a Shopify dropshipping store. And I promise you, I could spin up an Amazon store today. You could start a Shopify store today, and I guarantee you I would make money before you do. I guarantee you I could make a sale in 24 hours. Period. Done like that. It probably even less. You know, you guys try doing that, and that's without any ad spend. You guys do that with your Shopify store without any ad spend. I mean none. No influencers, nothing. You guys can't. Exactly. So why in the world would you want to build a Shopify store where you got to pay to get people to your website? Because as a software engineer, I know how the web works. You know, I built single page applications. I worked on massive multi-million-dollar projects with some of the best UX designers out there. Like I know what it takes to build a good website and to get traffic and to have it be presentable enough to attract people to want to buy. You know, that's why we were successful with Shopify, because, you know, you have two engineers. You have a network engineer and Dan. You have a software engineer that put those talents together that know how that stuff works. Like, granted, we didn't really know the Facebook ad stuff, but we learned it over time. But we had all the basic structure to be successful. Like, you guys are just taking somebody's word for it. You know, you're in a Facebook group asking other people, like, hey, how does my store look? Like, these people aren't successful. These people, like, their stores are absolute garbage. Like, why on earth are you asking them about their stores? You know, like, they're not making any sales and they're critiquing you on your store. Like, that's like the blind leading the blind, guys. So, like, remember, Shopify is trending downwards, you know, and, like, as I said before, some of you guys are going to make some money. A lot of you guys are not. I bet, you know, 1 in every 100 people that start a Shopify dropshipping store won't be profitable, period. You guys might get a couple sales here and there, but you guys aren't going to be profitable because you got to remember, you're going to be riding that wave. You know, products live and die. You know, they're not always going to be, you know, in season. They're not always going to be trendy. What you sell today won't always be trendy for, you know, for next year. And if you guys are just depending on your drop shipping store, like, oh, I'm just going to, you know, put this product out here and see what happens, you guys are going to fail. So with that being said, guys, like that's not even my take on it. That's just the reality of it. You know, even the bigger YouTubers are going to start talking about it if they haven't started talking about it already. You can mark my words. They're going to start talking about how Shopify is dying and how to build your own brand and all this stuff. Like, that's something that people should have been on, I don't know, like a year or two ago. But if you guys found this informative, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, guys. Like, you know, we do all this stuff for you. There is a free ebook about Amazon dropshipping in the link in our description. You know, in our video description. So guys, check that out. It's absolutely free. We don't charge you for it. It's free. Free. Guys, look it over. Get some of the basics in. I'll show you how we do it. Well, how a beginner should be doing it. Because once you start making 6-7 figures, that's when you have to start changing things up. You know, but as a beginner, you can follow those steps and be good to go. So, that being said, peace out, guys. We'll catch you later. Be safe. Enjoy. Start making some money. Don't start a Shopify store unless you want to be broke.